Namaskaram. I'm Shreya Devnath and I'm a violinist. I'm not sure, I think this is the fourth production that Karuna and I are working together. And the lovely thing about this is each time it's been a different aspect, a different musical intensity, a different kind of creative dialogue. And the constants in this process have just been that whatever we do, we're so into it and we're so into each other's side of things. And I think that's what actually led from the first to the second to the third, like let's do more, that kind of thing. The quartet happened about 3 years back. This production, the quartet working on it, that is entirely Karuna and Susha, I think. So basically, I think the first conversation was between Karuna and myself. So when I say quartet, our actual name is a Carnatic quartet, and we are an ensemble of 4 instruments: the violin, the nadaswaram, the tabla, and the mridangam. We came together about 3 years ago, and we've been performing together since. How the quartet came together, actually, it didn't. I've been doing instrumental duets for a while now, and I've been exploring sonically and musically the violin with some counterpart. So there was violin flute, and then with the sitar, with the tabla. Just like I said, to explore sonically and musically the possibilities. And the combination before this, the last one I tried was the violin with the Chitraveena, and we'd done a few tours and concerts together. And then one particular organizer actually asked me, Coimbatore-based organizer asked me, can you try something else this year? And then I was really racking my brain to see, okay, where enna pannala. That's when I came across a video of Maile Karthikeyan, I think a Madrasana video, and then it's sort of, why not try violin with nadaswaram? And the first 2 concerts we played were duets. There was no quartet at that point. It was a violin in combination with. Once we did this, there was this remarkable potential that was evident. And at that point, Praveen Sparsh was brought on board, as was the tabla artist. It so happened we had 2 tabla artists whom we alternate. So it was only after 2 concerts that the quartet was actually formed, because we felt, let this not be ad hoc. In Carnatic music especially, we're all freelancers, and who gets together for a concert is most likely ad hoc. It's very situation based and availability based, and we really wanted to concretize this outfit and be a band, and in that, where the spirit of being a band sort of shows in every aspect of how we function, the music we play, the concerts we accept, and how we go about executing those concerts. So the idea of forming a band and saying, these are the core members and this is how it's going to stay, that sort of appealed to all of us in this combination of instruments, and that's how the quartet came to be. As the quartet, we have never done a collaboration with a dancer. That is not so much to say that it is something we have steered clear of, more that something that we've not just got, at least we thought at that time, the expertise to effectively, contribute. So it was just a very new proposition to all of us, and something we thought very deeply about, the role of each instrument, whether we are individually and together capable of doing our best in a setting like this. But the creative side of it was very exciting to all of us. The possibilities, the potential new things we could discover about ourselves and new kind of music, because the fact that Susha is doing the music for this was a big factor in us, going ahead and taking this up, because we also knew that musically it'll be something different, keeping in mind, the kind of professionals and musicians, that is artists, Karuna and Susha are. We thought creatively this would be great for us, but logistics, we really had to think about a lot of things: the pitch, the role of each instrument, the dynamic between the instruments. Within us, amongst the 4 people in the quartet, we have certain ideologies and certain things we'd like to enforce as much as possible. And regardless of how amazing the creative possibilities were, this is something where we didn't want to compromise even a little bit, because this is something that this is our core identity. No matter what, it can be a jingle, it can be dance, it can be music, it can be anything, but this is who we are and this is how we want to do, more than what we want to do. So those were things we really thought about, and we're really glad that ultimately, it worked out fabulously. I think each of them had their own challenges. But I think very honestly, though they were in a dance production, ultimately when we have our instrument in our hands and we had a job to do, we just let me take notes, let me figure this out, so it was more, each one figured out one way for them to make it work. And then we made sure that ultimately the output was delivered. It's incredible to see the kind of team spirit and the kind of drive that each person has. In an ensemble, it doesn't matter if it's 2 people, 4 people, or 18 people. Very often, the person leading that ensemble or the person who might have taken up the project, it's very possible that that person will also be the one who's infusing the maximum amount of energy and the maximum involvement. But in this group, it was so evident that every person there was so into it and so committed and so driven. The team spirit was just fabulous. It's infectious, actually. It made us a better musical team, and we were able to, feed off of that energy. Of course. I mean, what would I say? Sending all of our love, not just on my own behalf, but of the other 3 artists of the quartet as well. Sending all of our love to the entire team, the dancers team, the production team, Susha, who's really done such a fabulous job composing this whole thing and putting us all together. To Karuna, I know, who's lived and breathed this production for I don't know how many years now, and literally spared no effort to make every bit of this happen. So all our love to the entire team.